What a night. Where do you want to begin? 1-8, let's begin with the phone number, 1-800-655-MIKE. Biden is embarking on a train tour now. Now he's taking the train. Joe does like the train. So I guess he'll be riding through Pennsylvania and Ohio, waving at the crowd from the train. I'm sure that's good, proper social distancing. I don't know. I don't know what the train tour is all about, but he's embarking on a train tour. I don't see President Trump on a train. Do you? I also don't see Trump not being Trump at any debate. And it was a rough night. I rarely agree with anything anybody at CNN says, but perhaps Dana Bash put it best.
I'm just going to say it like it is. That was a show.
Yeah, it was rough. A lot of interruptions, a lot of antagonistic back and forth. Of course, a major takeaway from people who hate Trump is that Trump was a jerk. Major takeaway from people who want Trump to win and don't like Biden or hate Biden, Biden was a jerk. I know one of them called the other one a clown, a fool, a racist, and told him to shut up. Now, if you were just dropped in here from another planet, you might assume that was Trump. That was actually Joe Biden. But of course, Joe Biden's lack of respect is not only ignored by the mainstream media, it's lifted up. Donald Trump was Donald Trump, came out swinging. It was a brawl. But when you hear, it's a little jarring to hear anyone tell the commander-in-chief to shut up. It goes back to the belief that this isn't a legitimate president. It goes back to the belief that every single thing he's done for the middle class, on taxes, for African Americans, for Hispanics, everything he's done has been a failed mess. And when you tell the commander-in-chief to shut up because you want his job, I don't know how that lands with the American people. We're going to have to wait and see. But here's what that sounded like.
Are you willing to tell the American people tonight whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court?
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question.
Why wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question is,
Supreme Court justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right. Gentlemen, I think
this
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it's productive if you got your jollies telling the president to shut up. A phrase that even my wife and I used to get really annoyed at when the kids would say that to one another. It's got a particular wallop to it. But of course, that's all right for the mainstream media because Trump interrupted Biden a lot, as if Biden didn't interrupt Trump a lot, and as if it felt like Trump didn't have to debate two men last night, because that was a major takeaway. It's a tough format. It's so tough, and I want to extend a little bit of grace to what would have been an impossible task to try to rein in two angry men, this is very personal. This has gone beyond this left policy and got into personal a long time ago. The left doesn't want to talk policy about anything Trump has to do. The trouble is, as president of the United States, he's dictating and developing and delivering policy after policy. They don't like the policies. They don't like the courts. They don't like the economic policies. They don't like the pandemic plan. They don't like any of that because it's him, because it's personal. So perhaps it would have been impossible to expect anything better from Chris Wallace. I was really convinced he'd be tough on both of them. And let's face it, he was not. He was tough on one of them. And in fact, the president himself tweeted out a picture last night on Twitter after the debate, showing a picture of him on one side of the box versus, and then he put the pictures of both Chris Wallace and Joe Biden. In fact, he even said that at one point last night. He said, I guess I'm debating you. Listen, anytime there's a major event here in the ReliefFactor.com studios, we keep up with it with you. A lot of other shows like to bring out the same authors and writers and experts that you hear everywhere. The expert I want is you, a member of Team Gallagher. 1-800-655-MIKE. That's our toll-free number. Press 1 to come on air with us. 2 if you'd like to leave a voicemail message. Or you can text us your comments to the MyPillow text line. I had the text line open last night during the debate. That turned out to be a bit of a, blank show, because so many were coming in, I couldn't keep up. But I tried, and I can definitely handle your call today. Your voice, your reaction, your perspective on presidential debate number 1 next here on the Mike Gallagher Show.